Before we even jump into the video, we're playing against the Swamp Donkeys. They're 21-14. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor if you have been watching my videos consistently and you're not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out. The more subs I get, the more I want to get better at doing this. And I do believe I have been getting better as time is going on. I think I'm starting to be more consistent in my message and what I want to say in these videos. I love showing Pro-Am content. I love playing against some of the best teams and the other best players. And I do want to get back in the league play, which is why I kind of set up the league that I'm actually promoting called the Association. But as I wait on that, and I'm going to be patient with that because I want to make sure everything is right as I go into it. I do want to continually grinding out these YouTube videos and making great content for all the viewers. I'm very appreciative of all the love that's shown, every comment from everybody that's watching the videos. It really forces me to want to be better, so I appreciate it, everybody. But get into this game. If you ever wonder how to beat me, how to beat Lethal, this is how you do it. The Swamp Donkeys did a textbook job of stopping everything we'll normally do. This game right here proves to anybody that doubted that I'm not the system. Most people think because I score a lot of points, I get the assists, I get close to a triple-double, that I'm the system. Right? They go as I go. This game right here will tell you that that's not the case. It's not. This team played phenomenal defense for 4 quarters. For 4 quarters, they played phenomenal. Their center is one of the smartest centers I have ever seen in my life. Which is very rare for a guy to be like 7 foot and can think the way that he thought. Look, you see him get the steal, you saw the block earlier. You're going to see a lot of things that he does. It just makes it extremely difficult for us to run our normal style offense. And he was so good that no matter where he was at defensively, I couldn't escape him. Now right here, this is like one of the only few times that I actually got him to commit and made a good play out of it. But outside of that one play, I can't remember another time where he made a defensive mistake. But he was that good, which is, I'm telling you, that is rare for a center, a 7-footer, who most big men natural thought process is to protect the rim. You know, so when we playing 5 out, you know, they rotate down, let the guard rotate to the corner. He did it to where he'd bait the corner and stay home. He'd bait and go commit to the paint. Every time he did rotate to the paint, the guard was perfectly in the corner. And he did it to where no matter what, he would not let his guard get picked on. You know, I couldn't really send, players through that guard side because he had that center back there protecting them. And you can tell it's structured the way they played man-to-man defense. Honestly, I honestly believe there was more so in like a 3-2 zone. In the way they played it, they just made sure that the point guard and the center was on the same side, while they had the 2 forwards on the other side. But it doesn't matter. Like, that's how you beat us. You play great defense. You be patient on offense. And look, he was a consistent scoring option. Now, when I get into film study Jamaica, I want you to watch RDH Hawk closely this game. You know, I'm actually come out with a film study for this one because this is one of those games where you learn from because we couldn't score. Why we couldn't score? Yes, they played. Look, the center, I didn't even notice his badge was on right there. That's why I missed that layup. But why we couldn't score? Yes, they played phenomenal defense. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I couldn't score. I can't blame the team. The team take the shots they always took, but I couldn't score. They did a phenomenal job of just packing the paint, rotating, swapping out when they needed to the center, stayed by the rim, and then he hopped back to the three-point line. It's crazy. I'm telling you, I'm just one of the smartest centers I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen some pretty good ones. And I don't mean like people that's like playing the center position. Like I know if you get like a small forward and put him in center, he's probably fast enough to rotate like that. But that's a legit 7-footer doing it. But this was gonna be a grind game. Not a lot of points was gonna be scored throughout each quarter. As you see again, I'm trying to pick on the center like I normally do. It didn't work. We're running plays, trying to get people open. It wasn't working. And you have to figure out how to overcome that. The only way to overcome that, so for anybody that's struggling offensively, you have to play defense. You have to. You're going to have to make some plays happen some way, somehow, somewhere. Big shout out to Loco this game. Loco did his job on the point guard. He frustrated him. He got a lot of key steals this game. And that defensive effort, that defensive intensity is contagious. You know, once somebody is pressuring the ball like that, then everybody kind of hikes up to stop the ball. Nobody wants their man to score, and that's rare. That's really rare. One thing you'll notice, like, I don't believe RDH Hawk actually scored a lot this game, but he did a phenomenal job defensively. And when you're on a team, it's not about like trying to do it yourself. You don't have to prove you can stop anybody. This is a team effort. Like RDH Hawk, like I said, as much as he wants to back down, that means nothing. He can, which I'm gonna show Jamaica in the film study. As long as you can get a couple of stops and make him uncomfortable, then we're gonna do our job defensively to get a chance to get out on the break and score. For me, I think what would have really changed this game is if I could, as you see, RDH Hawk with some more defense. What would have really changed this game is if I could have made a mid-range jump shot earlier in the game. The way we play, if I can just make one mid-range jump shot, I know offensively we're going to be great the rest of the game. I know that. It just took so long for me to actually make one that I couldn't do nothing else but struggle. That's all I can do. Until I was forced to make an actual jump shot, I knew I was going to struggle. I kind of missed my two-way floor general because in this situation where he was just trying to guard me like that, I could have just drop stepped him, spent on him all game, and really like forced the defense to move a certain way. But nonetheless, that's why I created this guy. This guy is supposed to be the answer to everything. No, I still can't shoot threes with him, but I don't have to. Make one mid-range jump shot, the defense has to respect it the rest of the game, everything would have been open. And, I mean, part of me getting that open mid-range jump shot, a lot of things go into it. It's just, one, can I actually get the spacing to get the mid-range jump shot off? Two, what is the help defense doing? Because if one of my teammates move when I'm trying to take that shot, then I'm not open. You know, they're able to kind of rotate, hedge at me, get a hand at me, pretty much distract me so I can't make that jump shot. And am I getting the pass back on time to actually take it? Am I catching it in rhythm? Like, how am I setting up the mid-range jump shot? A lot of things go into it. So in the second quarter, you notice we was down. A lot of people want to say we was down because we can't score. Which is, it's kind of true. Scoring is not just half court. Right? Creating points off a turnover is also scoring. Like, to execute the fast break, you got to do a lot of things right. People have to run the floor a certain way to open up lanes to get people open shots in the fast break. So that's part of scoring, transition offense. And it all stems from defense. If the defense is locked in, so everybody knows by now we play man to man. I always felt like if I had to switch out of man to man, that's typically bad for us. That means somebody on their team is so good, or they're so good at running a pick and roll action that we can't take it away by simply switching. I always felt like that was bad for us just because if we have to go into a zone or something like that, that's typically the best time to shoot the ball is when another team is in zone. Right? In 2-3, if a team goes 5 out, you're going to get an open shot. Even if we play the box in one zone that I love so much, if the point guard can figure out how to pick on the corners, which I mean it's hard, it's pretty hard, but if he can figure out how to pick on the corners, you can get an open shot every single time. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but it's just about being consistent. Only thing I ever ask for any of my teammates is consistency and loyalty. That's the only thing I ever care about. That's all I ever want. Just consistency and loyalty. Like, whatever got you to the team is why I wanted you to play for this team, so do that for the team. And then loyalty is just playing with us over time, gaining each other's trust, being able to trust one another, even outside of 2K. Right? That's all I've ever asked for. Creating this group has been a great experience because we went from pretty much struggling to like get games, struggling to keep a certain roster flow, to just finding a great group of guys. I recruited a lot of people this year. And even though like I said, we probably not on as consistent as I would like, it's enough of us now to where we can get some games in. I think people are starting to be able to like trust playing even when I'm not on the floor, and that's a beautiful thing. And it goes a long way in a game like this because I'm telling you, if I can't get it going, which I mean it's rare. This is not something anybody should ever get used to. This is extremely rare when I cannot figure out how to score. Typically, if this is happening, I'm probably delayed, but there was no excuse in this game. I wasn't delayed. I was having a hard time. And sometimes you kind of underestimate or you play down to the level. This is one of those games I just played down to the level of my competition. But like I said, defensively, Loco did a phenomenal job. He harassed the point guard. Pretty much the whole second half, he harassed the point guard for 94 feet. Every time he was trying to bring the ball up the court, Loco was in his face. Just look at him. Just look. He was pretty much bullying the other team's point guard, and that's a 6'1". Y'all know they have extremely high ball handle. I don't know what it's unpluggable on, but it didn't look like it was very high. And Loco made him so uncomfortable. That's what got us back in the game. Because then, like, once he started doing that, everybody just kind of, like, slowly but surely picked up their levels. Loco and RDH Hawk, they controlled the entire game. Consequently, those are the ones guarding the point guard in the center. Most cases, if you can control those two things, you're going to have a good outcome. Because like I said, RDH Hawk, I'm trying to think. I can't remember him scoring much this game, but it means a lot to me. So even if you're struggling, you still play consistent, you play through it, you still keep taking those wide open shots. That means a lot to me. The worst thing I ever seen from my teammates is they miss a couple of shots, especially ones that they normally make, and then they get the next opportunity and pass up on it. That makes it so much harder for me, and it does not keep the defense honest. Once the defense know your confidence is shaken, they can help a lot more. They can bait you a lot more. They pretty much, like, if I figure somebody is struggling like that and I see that, what I do is I purposely play off of them to let them catch the ball and force them to be the playmaker. When they catch the ball, they got to hold it for at least 5 seconds. A lot of times they got to wait for the point guard to come back around and get it or something. But I just make them waste time purposely because I know their confidence isn't there. Typically, if I can't check your confidence, then I just switch somebody else to you to find the player that's the least confident. And that's how I play it. But shout out to them, man. The defense that they provided was the biggest spark ever. You see, it's times where even I'm switching down here to guard the big man. I wasn't really too worried about it. As you see, RDHR come up with another steal. I wasn't too worried about, wherever I was floating at on defense, just because I know those guys had my back. King, he's really stepping up on the defensive side of the ball. Montage he's just an all-around dog, man. That dude can do everything. And just knowing that those guys got my back, man, you don't want to do nothing else but go to battle with your guys. So, my message to anybody that's trying to find a Pro-Am team as I get back to how you beat me. If you're looking for a Pro-Am team or you have one already established, you might have to go out and purposely just find better players that you believe will fit your system and keep cracking away at it until you get the right people. My videos personnel has changed a lot over the years. The only person that's probably been with me in most of these videos is RDH Hall. And Cincy Reds has been in a lot of them, but you have to keep finding people that's gonna fit it, and find people that kind of have the same vision as you. You can get a sense of them by talking to them in the party. Communication is big. When I first got these guys, none of them really used to talk. And when I say they didn't talk, I mean they didn't talk at all. They was fine, knowing that I can pass and get them open shots and stuff, but defensively they didn't really say much. Nobody really had a thought. I mean, pretty much it'd be me and RDH Hawk just talking to a party by ourselves and everybody else trying to figure it out. Everybody I got now, we all cracking jokes, we're laughing, we're talking throughout the game. Even if like one or two of us is on the phone or something, they always still listening in to the party so they can adjust when need be. It's at a point where even if we're not fully focused, we just know each other so well that these are the results of the games that y'all see. That's how great of a group I now have. So getting back to how you beat me, it's not about beating me. I'm not the system anymore. I'm proud of that. That means growth has happened. That means maturity has happened. That means trust has happened. That means loyalty is there. I'm no longer the system. Just because I consider myself the best player on the floor every time we play, I tell my teammates this. Just because I am the best player doesn't mean I'm going to be the best player every single game. Only thing I can promise you that I'm going to do every single game is get out there, give a great effort, and play some defense. Defense I can control. I can't control offense. Right? I can shoot the ball and I can feel like I'm shooting it right. Doesn't mean it's going to go in. I can make the pass to the wide open person. Doesn't mean they're going to make the shot. I can go up for a wide open dunk and 2K can still make me miss it. I cannot control offense. None of us really can. But defensively, that's something everybody can do, everybody can participate in. And once you get that side of the ball down, it just makes offense that much easier. If you don't feel like a team can score on you, imagine how much confident you're going to be about winning that game. It's amazing to see what a little bit of motivation, just listening can do. It's really crazy what that'll do and what you can accomplish with it. I still see some teams that I believe are really good going through growing pains, like a lot of teams I watch on Twitch and stuff like that. They're going through growing pains. Even though the team is good, having a big loss hurts. Especially when you think you're on a certain level and then another team comes along and reminds you like you're not quite where you think you are yet. The honest to God truth is not that the team is like that much better of a team. What typically happens is sometimes your strategy and their strategy just don't mesh. And when that happens, one of the two is going to take an advantage. It's just a matter of, it's from game to game. Right, you can literally beat a team the first game and lose the next two. It happens. We did that a few times in UHA. You can legitimately win that first game and be feeling good, and you can win by a lot. And they make one little small adjustment that you can't figure out, and then boom, chaos happens. You lose to this team that you just beat. So you gotta ask yourself, okay, is it personnel? Is it lack of focus? Like what? Why is the reason why we can beat them before but we can't beat them now? The honest to God truth is they were a great team just like you were a great team. They made adjustments. When you win, you don't have to adjust anything. So right now, my team, we haven't lost. Like I said, yes, if you saw my other video where we had the one loss, yeah, we lost that one. I wasn't really tripping. I felt like we needed that, to be honest. But we still was in that game. So it didn't really do what I wanted it to do. But we haven't lost, so we have nothing to adjust at this point. I'm waiting for us to play a little bit better competition to see, okay, is this thing really, really legit? Which at this point, I'm gonna be honest with you, I know it is. The level of competition we played, like we didn't play, these teams are hard. You know, I don't even really pay attention to their record. Like if you match up against these teams are tough. And we're consistently finding a way to win, no matter who that person may be. I mean, I always have like one or two guys struggling shooting the ball that game, and that used to be my downfall. Like if somebody didn't shoot damn near 100%, you know, we used to lose. But now it's at a point where even if everybody don't play their best game, everybody just trusts the system, and we're still finding some way to pull it out. Like look at this shot. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell right there. So coming down to it, you see, all we did this game was barely edge this team out. This team played phenomenal. Their center is goated. I felt like the center and their shooting guard was really, really good. Like top elite level competition type good. Their IQ was that good. And then the rest of the team was just solid. Point guard, he wasn't like the greatest point guard you ever seen. But he made his shots. And that's always the mark of a good point guard. If you're going to have a build with all that offense, you got to make your shots. But the shooting guard's IQ was phenomenal. The center's IQ was phenomenal. The guy guarding me, he's a better matchup for me. Like I said, I believe if he had to go against like a 6'1" or any build that could shoot threes, it would have been tough for him. So that's my opinion on this team. It was a very good team. It was a great job by us to just stick it out. Like I said, I won player of the game. I got to give that to Loco. He did his thing, man. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. We're growing every day. Hit the like button. And I'm enjoying giving y'all these videos. It's been Lethal. I'm out.